I've got a sort of wee bit. See, you know, like the kind of prominent bone at the base of your mother ass neck.
Oh, aye.
I was hitting squats. I was squatting like, I mean, I'm not meaning to brag, but probably about 50 kg. No, it was actually about 65, but that's not
on a bar.
Aye, that's
really bad for your back doing. You should use the sitting one, but
you should.
I have the same. Weirdly, I have the same pain because I was squatting on Monday as well, just right there. It's maybe your most pointy vertebrae.
Yeah.
It's not your first vertebrae, but it's definitely like one of the top ones.
No, it was Harrison. It was I hate lifting weights anyway, so all shite. But that's why I need it. I've had ringworm, which I don't know. Do you know what that is? No, it's like a skin infection.
Ew.
Oh, I don't know if infection is. You know what like staph is? Yeah, it's basically a shite version of staph. It's nowhere near as bad, but it's really contagious. And because we were wrestling and shit, you know, you'll pass it on dead easy. So like I couldn't do any contact stuff for the past like week or so.
I'll just disinfect that bit where you're sitting on the sofa.
Oh no, it's gone now, and
I always don't know why I always assumed ringworm was like something to do with your ass.
Oh no!
Like tapeworms, like you know. Based on what you're saying,
that's so gross. But no, it's nothing to do with that. It's because it's like a sort of ring. It's like a sort of circle, and it's like sort of elevated. You know, like inflamed. It's kind of like elevated. No, it's like I said. It's so it's really contagious. So like when you're doing things like jiu-jitsu or wrestling or whatever, it can. If one person gets it, it's really easy to pass it on. So luckily, I didn't pass it on to anybody, but
no.
Yeah, staph and all that sort of shit. Or impetigo. It's all the same sort of disease, but I think they're different like severities. Like impetigo is nothing. It's not that bad. Whereas staph can be quite serious if it's not treated. That can. I don't know what it does, but it gets like more bad or some shit. Where was I going with that? That's why I was hitting squats.
Gear secondo.
Secondo gear already?
Yep.
I love that colour. See, like the sort of reddish pink. Like, I always really liked Super Saiyan God, the colour that his hair goes there.
No.
Sort of reddy colour.
They stole it from One Piece.
Probably, yeah. But One Piece will have stole a bunch of shit from Dragon Ball as well, I'm sure. They all have been kind of knocking each other's ideas. I started reading Uzumaki finally because there's a YouTuber I like called Wendigoon. And the funny thing is, it's the type of content I'm not really a fan of, where he basically just talks about shit he likes. Like, I saw a weird movie and I'm going to talk about it for an hour, and I'm really not into that type of stuff, but he's just, I don't know, he's just got a pure chill voice, and he just seems dead sound. He's quite funny at times. Not all his videos are that. Sometimes he talks about like true crime or like aliens and crap like that. And I love hearing all that nonsense. So yeah, he made a video about Uzumaki, which, have you heard of Junji Ito? He's a manga artist. No, he's one of those guys where you'd probably recognise some of his work even if you've never read it. And Uzumaki is about like spirals. It's like the basic setup is there's this guy's dad and he's obsessed with spirals and he keeps collecting stuff with spirals on it. And then I'm about halfway through it. What seems to be happening is like the spirals themselves seem to be like taking over the town. It's some like weird, almost what's the word for, like space, extra dimensional. Help me here. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know where you're going.
Some sort of like unknowable entity type of weird shit going on. I don't know, but it's alright so far. It's that weird way where like it's sort of, there's sometimes, or some of the pages and stuff are like so weird that it is kind of uncanny and scary, and then there's others that like it's hard not to laugh at.
Yeah.
Like there's this one lassie who has she's got a scar on her forehead which starts turning into a spiral, and the spiral starts like consuming her from like within. It's like weird, like she starts melting into a spiral. Like, it's really weird and like quite scary. But then later on, like a girl's hair starts like standing up on end, getting all curly and curling into spirals, and it just sort of looks quite goofy to me. And like a guy tries to cut her hair off, and her hair like just wraps him up. Like, and it's, I don't know, I just found it hilarious. Like, it's not meant to be. So anyway, I started reading that, and it's pretty good. I'm being a scumbag and I'm reading it online, but if it's good, then I'll do the decent thing and I'll pick up a legit copy at some point.
I'm trying to watch Berserk on Project Free TV.
What's that?
This is basically a free streaming website.
Cool. Berserk, the 97 adaptation. I hear that's the good one. I think it's on YouTube actually.
Is it? Well,
in fact, let me check, because I'm sure I had it all, like someone cut it all together in one video.
Not just the graphic novel, the actual.
No, like the anime. Yeah. I don't know where it stops the anime, but it doesn't. It's not the whole way through it.
I kind of can't be arsed getting into another one. I've only recently just finished My Hero and Mob Psycho. I say that Mob Psycho 100's coming to Netflix like next week.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I started watching that with Babs. I can't remember why we stopped watching it. I thought it was good, but she did that thing where she was like, "What's the best like anime ever?" and everything. So
well, Vinland Saga I've heard is very good. But
she did that with Vinland Saga as well, and the only problem is I only watched 1 or 2 episodes with her. It was good, but she was sat there the whole time like, you know, looking at me like watching. Wait, what was type of thing, and I'm kind of like, it was distracting. But Vinland Saga, I would watch. It's so cool as well because it's an anime, but it's about like Vikings. So it's, I don't know, it's just a cool setup. And Mob Psycho, I want to run through. It's really cool because it's the same guy that writes One Punch Man.
Oh right.
But you know he's not. You know the author isn't the artist in the manga.
The author isn't the artist in One Punch Man.
Yes. Well, because I'm sure he did it as like a webcomic or whatever, but his style's like, it wasn't what he wanted. His style's a bit like a lot more cartoony, whereas whatever artist it is that draws One Punch Man, he's phenomenal. But it is, so it's the same.
One Punch Man's been announced as well.
Oh, has it? Finally?
Yeah, finally, exactly.
Excellent.
It looks like it's going to be a slow burn though. It's like the trailer's all about whatchamacallit, the Mad Villain guy.
Which one?
You know, the one who's going to become a monster himself.
The martial arts guy?
Martial arts dude.
Was it Garo?
Garo,
was that
Garo, good man.
I loved the second season. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like it. I just thought it was... I thought it was good.
I just thought that season 1 is like absolute perfection. Like, it's absolute lightning in a bottle. Like,
I mean, that's fair.
Perfect. And I think the problem is that to continue One Punch Man, is to almost you sort of have to repeat yourself, because that
was kind of my that was my thought, is I don't feel like it did repeat itself.
No,
and so some people are like, well, he's not in it as much and like it focuses on other people. I'm like, yeah, but for me you kind of have to.
It needs to. It's all
because the whole, I don't want to say gag because that makes it seem like the whole thing's just a joke, but the whole, I mean, the
whole premise,
it isn't like it's not.
The whole premise
just a joke, but
it's a guy at the end of his sort of hero's journey.
Yeah, he's already got Super Saiyan God, 5th gear, whatever, you know, MLG status, world champion, whatever. He already is that guy, so yeah, it's a wee bit sort of like. But it just shows he can. But I think the other characters are dead interesting. Like the other S rank folk are dead interesting.
Yeah, and that's what I think over time has helped hold my interest when I went back to it. Is actually, you know, Silver. Is it Silver? It's not Silver Fang, is it?
Silver Fang is, I believe, the old dude. Yeah.
No, maybe that is
the old Master Roshi dude. I believe that's his name.
I like Genos, even though he gets his ass handed to him.
Poor Genos is such a like plot. What's the word I'm looking for?
Is it plot device?
Yeah, such a plot device. But I mean, he's cool. He's got cool powers, so
exactly.
Because he's a sort of cyborg, you know, like they could just. There's a lot of places you can go with that. You can just pull something out your arse, like, oh, now he has laser sword hands, and then you'd be like, oh, that's cool. You're not really going to go, where do you get them as an upgrade?
Yeah, exactly.
You bought it in the upgrade menu. And I like, is baseball bat guy, is he an S tier? Yeah, like, I like how that sort of, why is he an S tier? I don't know, but it's just, I guess he just is.
His strength.
Because of how hard he can swing the bat, I mean, sure.
It's all about sort of relative power levels.
Aye.
And I like him. I like the baseball bat guy because you play as him in the game.
And like the psychic girl, and like who's the sort of, I don't think he's a robot. Isn't like there's a robot there, but the actual hero is elsewhere. Remember when the meteor's coming? Like he sort of shows up and like just scans it, goes nah, and like
he's not Moon Knight, but he's like something like Tech Knight or
it might be Tech Knight.
Tech Knight might be the guy from The Boys. It's also confusing now. There's so many.
There's so many of these
parodies of basically Iron Man. You know, it does get hard to remember them all. So apologies if not fucking nailing all the references, but the other door's gonna open.
Iron Man rip-off number 406.
Yeah, more or less.
God, I was going to talk about Roadhouse. Let me talk about Roadhouse before
we get sucked down another anime hole.
Aye. Oh, was that a cat? I think that's a cat coming to see you. Aye. So the new Roadhouse. You should like subtitle this video. Jack talks about Roadhouse eventually or something like that. Aye. So the new Roadhouse on Amazon with Jake the Snake Gyllenhaal and Connor McTwoBelts. Absolute bog standard 5 out of 10 forgettable film. Apart from honestly Conor McGregor scenes, and like he can't act, but he has that just like charisma. Like it's. I mean, you don't follow MMA, but or at least not to the extent that I do. But you know, he cuts a promo. He tells people, "Shut your fucking mouth," and that's just his. That's just his character in this. He even has an Irish accent and stuff like that. And he gets introduced. He's just been banging like some drug lord's wife or something like that. So he's walking ass naked down the streets of like Guadalajara or something like that. He just goes up to some big dude and he's like, "I like that suit. Give me your suit." And then he's on the phone to like somebody or whatever, and then it cuts away, and then it cuts back, and like he's wearing the guy's suit and he's walking away, and the whole city square's burning down. And then he just steals I think it's a Ferrari or whatever, and drives up to Florida where the majority of the film takes place.
Okay.
And like, so yeah, I mean his acting's shit, but it's the right type of shit. It's the right type of
bad,
over the top nonsense. That's what more of the film should have been like, because it's that sort of. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't think. I'm trying to think of a film I've seen him in where that I didn't like.
Did you see him in Prisoners?
Yes. What did you think of Prisoners?
I like Prisoners.
I thought it was really good.
So,
yeah,
it was a good movie. I probably liked Hugh Jackman a lot less than I would have maybe otherwise. I don't remember Hugh Jackman being particularly good in it.
Oh, I disagree. I thought he was good, but he's that in between kind of not really a good guy. Like he's. If you haven't seen Prisoners, then spoilers. But like someone gets kidnapped and it's his daughter gets kidnapped, and it's kind of he's going to some extreme means to get her back.
Yeah.
So it's that way. Like he's not really he's doing bad things, but is he doing bad things for the right reason? I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was good. But anyway, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is just so average in it. I think he just wanted the paycheck. Like, I think he sort of just read the script and he was like, nah. And they were like, we'll give you, 2 million. He's like, nah. Like, we'll give you 5 million. He's like, fine. Yeah. Like, just phoned it in.
So the same.
And they've sort of, there's a weird UFC, like, official tie-in with it, because the backstory is that he was a UFC fighter and he killed somebody inside the octagon, so like he's kind of like left that behind and he's trying to just live the quiet life. So he goes to ends up in Florida and he gets asked to be the bouncer at the Roadhouse, and like the Roadhouse some famous drug lord wants to like buy the Roadhouse because he wants to make like a golfing like resort, but he needs the land owned by the Roadhouse type of thing. But she won't sell it to him because like her family always owned it, so that's kind of like the reasoning, which is fine. Like
tale as old as time.
Yeah, but as a setup for a bunch of spin kicks and Roadhouse, that's cool. That's fine. I think that's pretty much the same backstory as the original. I don't really remember the plot of the original. I remember enjoying it, but it's 90 minutes of whoosh, Roadhouse.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and there's like in the original they have like the kind of the trope of like the mentor that comes back and Obi-Wan Kenobi's him for a bit and all that type of thing. So yeah, like honestly, sort of just sort of forgettable. Conor McGregor shows up with like I think I said a golf bat there, a golf club, and starts smashing shit up, and he's like, Dalton, because that's the guy's name. He's like, oh, where are you, Mon then? And then they fight. Decent fight scenes, but they look weird, right? Like the choreography's pretty good, but they look sort of weird. They look CG, even though I don't understand what part of it was CG, or if there's any CG. I don't know how to describe it. You need to just see it, but it's that weird, like. Yeah, I don't know. Like when you watch like a CG fight, like there's that kind of level of. I don't know if it's like blurriness or there's just something you can tell it's not real. The fight scenes look like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's parts that it was cheaper to shoot on like a green screen or something maybe, because they're like breaking shit. So maybe it was cheaper to break on a green screen than it was. I don't know. Or maybe it's just something to do with the lenses they use. I've no idea, but it looks odd. And yeah, it's that way where like there was probably rewrites galore and all that type of crap because there's stuff that just sort of never goes anywhere. You know, like it seems like he's gonna sort of mentor like this young dude, and then that goes nowhere. And then it seems like he's gonna, you know, cook up with a woman in it, and then that goes nowhere because at the end he just gets on a bus and leaves.
Okay.
And there's like a subplot where so when he arrives, this lassie outside a bookshop gives him a free book, and they become kind of pals. And then so like he gets the drug lord's money and he leaves it with the bookshop from the beginning, and I was like, they were in it for like a minute. Like, I don't know. Oh, and there's a bit at the start where I guess he's trying to kill himself, and he sits in his car in front of a Harrison, in front of a train, and then you know at the last second he drives away and it hits the back of his car. Never mentioned again. Never comes up again. It's utterly.
No reason he did that. Just kind of.
Well, because he was sad or whatever, but yeah, it just never gets mentioned again. The only reason for it existing, as far as I can tell, is for him to not have a car, so he has to get the bus. That's really the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
Who else is in it? There was one funny bit in it. I think someone's pointing a gun at him and he says something stupid like, "Is that even loaded?" And the guy like checks that it's loaded or something, and then he goes up and like does him. But yeah, don't waste your time with it. It's
just painfully average.
It's just painfully average.
That's a shame.
Maybe go on YouTube and see if someone's cut out the Conor McGregor scenes. They're worth a laugh.
The Conor McGregor best bits maybe.
Aye, they're worth a laugh. But beyond that, nah. The original is worth a watch. The original's pretty funny, and the fight scenes are nothing incredible, but they have charm, and they have whoosh, Roadhouse.
Get him, boys.
And
get him. I'm the only one kicking his ass here.
And yeah, the music's. The music in the new one was okay, right? But that was the other thing actually, right? So, I looked this up and. So all the musicians playing are with like Amazon Records or whatever it is.
Okay.
And because it's that way where like the songs they start playing and it focuses on the band for a while, and then it kind of just becomes background music as like the rest of the scene continues. And it's that way, it just focuses on the bands for a wee bit too long. You're kind of like, right, we get it. If you try to just set the scene, like we understand. But then I was like, oh, you know what? I bet like it's by the same company as.
Get back here,
that like they're trying to promote these artists because they're also on like it's an Amazon movie. These are also like Amazon signed artists type of thing, and yeah, so they're trying to just like promote them as well, which I don't have an issue with, but it's like it's said in their contract they have to have X amount of screen time, so they're just sort of stood there playing, and it's really just kind of nothing's going on. And their music's quite pish, whereas the music in the original's like pretty good. It's all just kind of like country, like slide guitar, sort of like rock music. It's awesome. So yeah, it's pish. I wouldn't waste my time with it. I need to show you this film I think it's called Super Vixens 5. It's so bad, it's unwatchable. I need to show you it. It's amazing. I'm about 15 minutes into it. It might be legit the worst film I've ever seen. It's more competently made than Towel Man, but not by a lot. Okay. It's borderline capital P, if you understand my meaning. Because it's just like a woman in like a superhero costume, and it's just filmed from like her ass. Like yeah. Depending on what time it is after we do this level, I might even show you it, but it's it's garbage, and there's no music, and there's no sound effects, and it's about 50. I'm about 50 minutes into it, and it's been nothing but fight scenes, but like it's clearly just like someone off camera going, now punch, now you punch, and then punch, and then knee, and like you can clearly see they're not hitting each other, and there's no like I mean. I don't like the Hollywood sort of whoosh punch noise. I think it sounds really fake, but it's better than just nothing.
Aye.
And both of them just going like ugh, ugh, and you can clearly see like they're missing each other by a mile. And then
saves you.
And both guys have like essayed her, if you get what I'm catch my drift.
Okay.
Already, and I'm like, this is just creepy at this point. Like, she's fought two guys already, and like they've both done that, and I'm like, was this just some weirdo? Was this just a bunch of incels? Like, oh, what if we like make a movie and like we just get this insanely hot chick to come in and we'll film fight scenes with her where we get to feel her up? And I'm just like, that seriously was probably
the intent.
The script, which is one page that said that.
Said that, yeah.
Oh.
It was a post-it note. It was basically just that.
Any other dialogue, ad-lib it. Yeah. Like honestly, I need to show you. I watched the film. It was pretty good, called Buffalo 66.
Okay.
And I'd heard of the director. I'm gonna look up the director's name right now, because I couldn't remember why I'd heard of him.
Was it on Prime by any chance? All of this?
Yes.
Okay. See, because we watched It's Time to Duel.
Right.
Briefly, me and Ethan, before we just decided, no, this isn't even so bad, it's good.
Oh, was it garbage?
Basically a live action Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Oh, I think that came up as recommended.
Yeah, probably did. It's shite. What the fuck, man?
I don't know, I just think it'd be funny to make a video about. Right, so who's the...
Well, it's Time to Duel.
Vincent Gallo, that's his name, yeah. Buffalo 66 I watched. I actually thought it was really good. It's very arty-farty.
Yeah.
But is it Christina Ricci?
Christina Ricci was what, the woman in
Is it Christina Ricci? Is that her name?
She was Wednesday.
Yes, Christina Ricci. Yeah.
Jeez,
she was 17 when they were filming it, and there's a bit where like he kidnaps her and then takes her to meet his parents, and he says like, pretend you're my wife, and it's really weird, but it's a pretty good movie, so I'm not spoil it. But there's a bit, like Amazon sometimes has that trivia bit at the side.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a bit in the trivia where it's like such and such, whoever played like the dad, ad-libbed the part where he like basically like motorboats her, and I'm like, oh, you don't say the creepy old man just improvised the bit where he just molests her. And I don't know, it's just kind of gross. And because that same guy, she refused to ever work with him again, because Vincent Gallo's the main actor and the director. She refused to ever work with him again.
Fucking on either sides of the map.
Because apparently he's just a complete prick.
I know, I'm going to go save Sanjay.
Yeah, so there's another film called The Brown Bunny where he basically really was obsessed with like this actor.
Saved you fucking hell.
And that was like people speculate that's the only reason he even made the movie was to get her like around with him. And there's like some rumor that like she basically like goes down on him, but like for real. But like the camera's pointing in a different direction. People say like she was like sort of pressured and coerced into it, and it's really kind of gross. So the guy's a bit of a weirdo, which is fine, but it's like he's a weirdo and he thinks like, but I'm an artist, so he gets away with it. It's like, well. Although, like I said, I did like the movie, so I don't know. Maybe I should watch The Brown Bunny, it's called, is the other one he did. Maybe I should watch that before I kind of make judgments, but I don't know, it sounds like it'd be kind of uncomfortable to watch.
Come on, you can't all be in trouble again. Jesus. It's like, grow big again, Jesus.
His ma is, what's her name, Morticia Adams?
Really?
What's her name?
I can't remember the actress's name.
That's his ma, but I knew I recognised his ma. I think actually, you know Fry's family in Futurama.
Uh-huh.
You know how his ma pure loves. Is it the football team, or is it the baseball team? Like she's always watching the like sport. You know, whenever you see Fry's mum. Like when she gives birth to him, she's like watching the game.
Yeah, she's watching the game. I think it's American football.
I think it is American football. I wonder if that's like a play on this, because like in the reason it's called Buffalo '66 is it's set in must be '71 if it's 5 years later, and he put a bet on Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills to win the '66 Super Bowl, but they didn't, and then he takes the rap for someone else and gets to jail to pay off his debt. That's why it's called Buffalo '66. It's there's a completely unrelated tangent. So don't watch Super Vixen 5. It's shit. Don't watch Roadhouse. It's average.
And don't watch It's Time to Duel. It's abysmal. Tried watching Titanic 2.
What, the animated one?
No, it's on Prime as well. It's in its top 10. Titanic 2. Just it's unwatchable. But weirdly enough, it's got the senator from the original X-Men movie.
Senator Kelly.
Yeah.
That is weird.
He's...
You know who wrote the first X-Men?
Tell me.
It was your man David Hayter.
Was it?
Yeah.
There you go.
He wrote the screenplay for the first X-Men. I believe he might have co-wrote the second one as well, but don't quote me on that. I might be talking garbage.
There you go. That was the flagship, man. The movie that launched fucking like 8 more X-Men movies. But I mean, it's
not only that, but it kind of kickstarted the early 2000s comic boom in arguably in a lot of ways, because that was what, 99.
Well, you had Huge Jacked Man became Huge Jacked Man because of it.
Yeah,
he really isn't that buff in the original.
Yeah,
movie.
if you go back and watch the first one, he's not that he's not that muscular or anything.
He's got the hair down, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they broke our ship. Haha, up face,
no, we're
man.
bold.
It's like a kid that's been told Christmas is cancelled.
Sanji doesn't look bothered.
Mary's in trouble, do something. I can't mind. Must do something to fix it.
Iceberg. Iceman.
Ship has exceeded the limit. I think Frankie rebuilds it.
I haven't seen the new Top Gun yet.
Maverick.
Yeah.
That's good.
I heard it was good.
Tom Cruise is the best thing in it, really.
I actually had a feeling it would be good because it's been so long. There'd been no, I don't know. I feel like nobody would have done it unless they kind of like had like in case they wanted to.
It's the jets. It's flying in the jets, shooting the missiles. It looks great. It looks like an actual fucking somebody's in it.
Yeah.
And he basically just comes along. He's like trying to train them up for this mission, and they're all like, "No, it's undoable. We can't do it." And he's just like, fucking does it. He just shows them like you can do it.
Yeah.
Just takes a jet, does the flight that they need to be learning, and just fucking does it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna burn it. Gonna burn the boat. I don't remember this. Don't remember them burning the boat down. What do you think? Totally Usopp.
No, that's Soji King.
No, that's Usopp.
Nah, I don't know. I guess wearing a mask.
Aye, well.
This cowboy hat comes right off.
Hey, you're a phony.
I was talking about Thingamabobber earlier, Family Guy.
Aye, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
I didn't say it once. I actually totally forgot to go Roadhouse. The whole time you were talking about Roadhouse, I didn't once say Roadhouse. Is that going?
The other thing, so like at the end, Roadhouse, you know, Jake wins.
Alright.
But it's like he wins because the script says, right, it's time to win. You know, there's no like. In the original, I'm sure he has like a training montage and what have you, and he gets stronger, he gets his Zenkai boost or whatever. But in this one, like, there's nothing, there's no. And if anything, it makes less sense because I think both of them had just been in a boat crash. But I'm sure Jake had got the worst of it.
Jeez, oh, that fucking boat sure caught fire fast. I crashed into an iceberg. Oh, fucking this was the. I'm sure this is the one that introduces the One Piece cry, where it's fucking, you know, multiple streams, both nostrils going full tilt. It's disgusting. There's Usopp doing the same, fucking drinking a pint of his own fucking tears. Yeah, they must put that fire out because I'm sure they still have the Going Merry. I'm really happy to be on fire right now. Or they keep maybe the front end of it. Something. What's S rating? How do two S's and an A make an overall fucking
because
like,
the way games work, you always have to get like triple S or what have you.
No, but the last one, I'm sure I need to go back and check the last one then, because I'm sure the last one was SAS.
And I think it was an S, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know, but
rats, man.
That does sound.